If you've tried your hand at trading, you know how difficult it can be to get the right strategies, to find the right setups. If you look at indicators and things like that, to know which indicators to use. And that's why I'm so excited to present to you today one of the projects that I've had the great pleasure of working with over the past few weeks that is built towards helping people with their trading strategies, with their trading in general. For me, I come at this from a crypto standpoint. Like I look at crypto in the past few years, and it's pretty obvious that the old strategies of being able to just buy a crypto that you like and hold until it moons, those days have long gone. So, in order for you to evolve with the current market, it's important to learn how to trade. And that's something that I myself have been looking more into over the past several months. So, what I'm going to talk about today, this is called DojiPad. For those of you that are involved in signs at all, like I've been talking about this for a couple weeks now. This is one of the first projects that we are going to introduce through our community as well. But today I just want to take a minute to walk through some of the features of this and kind of show you what's cooking here because it's pretty awesome. Okay, let's start with a little background. So the founder of this project, the wizard, if you will, Nigel van der Laan, he created this as a journal for himself initially, so he could help document his trades and get a little bit of feedback on what he's been doing, what's working, what's not working. So what you see here before you has developed from simply a trading journal that you can use to reflect upon your trading to a whole ecosystem revolved around helping you become a better trader. And now let's go into some of the features. So the first thing is, since this started as a trading journal, let's go into the journal. Whenever you go to do your trading, and this is something that's taught through the course as well, which, we'll get into here in just a second. But one of the important things about being a successful trader is, logging what you do, keeping a record, keeping a journal, reflecting on the trades you have, what went wrong, what went right, what can you do to improve on what you're doing. If you're just doing the same thing over and over, or if you're just changing things here and there, how are you ever going to know what's actually working and what's not? You need to really be documenting what you're doing so that you can reflect on this to really understand how you can improve. And what's really cool is, doing the journaling on its own is one important part of it. But with this platform, you actually have an AI assistant that's really trained on trading that can help you analyze what you're doing and give you some solid foundation for moving forward. It's pretty awesome, which we'll get into that as well. But for now, let's take a look at some of this, what this trade journal looks like. So I'll go ahead and just take a look at one of my recent trades. So this was a Solana trade I got stopped out on. So this is the entry price. You put your entry price, the quantity. You leave the exit price open until you actually close the trade, but that's what it closed at. You can put custom strategies in here as well, which we'll get into here in just a minute. But then you put your notes in here. So the price was ranging near daily horizontal support, 4-hour trend line. Entered long with 1% risk of portfolio, 10x leverage. Set my stop loss just below recent high low. The reason why I got into this trade, my take profits, whatever else. And so whenever you go and analyze these things, you can put screenshots in as well. And the whole idea is whenever you're looking back on these things, you can look exactly why you got in the trades. And whenever DJ, the assistant, is helping you analyze your trades and see what you can do better, it's going through your actual information, the screenshots that you took, the notes that you took. It's pretty cool. But yeah, you can see I've imported some trades, and you can do that up here as well. If you use Hyperliquid, G-Trade, Bybit, Binance, or you can obviously request support for other exchanges as well. As you if you find that your exchange isn't working by using standard, if it's not listed, you can put a request, and I'm sure we'll get that added as well. So yeah, you can see the trading journal here. Very, very useful, very helpful. Let's get into, some of the statistics. This is good. I'll touch on the strategy manager real quick. So let's say that you have a specific strategy they're trying out. It's whether it's a mean reversion strategy, or it's a trend-based strategy, or it's a momentum-based strategy. Whatever. You can create a custom strategy in your settings, so that whenever you're adding your trades to your journal, you can just use that specific strategy. So if you're using your mean reversion strategy, you can apply that to the trade. And so later, whenever you're just analyzing your trades with DJ, you could select, hey, I just want to look at my mean reversion strategy, or I just want to look at my trend-based strategy. It's pretty cool. So that's where the strategy manager comes into play. So let's get into some statistics, because this page, actually, I didn't really do too much looking at this until recently, but this some of this stuff is very awesome. So we can see here, like, we'll take a look at some of these advanced analytics. So I'll go with like my P&L. I guess it's probably the most accurate thing to look at. So you can see, based on where my based on where my trade history came in on, I was actually in a trade on drawdown. So that's why it starts off with a negative P&L to start. But you can kind of see how this changes over time. This is my trade profit and loss, monthly breakdown performance, trade calendar, which that's pretty cool. You can change this too. So like if I go back 1 month, boom, win rate 71%. Looks like I'm learning a bunch from this course. 37% over the past 3 months. So you can see me, I'm all over the place. And that's one thing that I've learned here too, is that, if you're trading without a strategy, or you're just trading on feelings or trading on emotions, it's a losing game. Like, yeah, sure, I'll be streaky and do well, but it's not based on anything realistic. It's just it's more gambling than it is trading. And that's one thing that I really want to help people learn themselves too, because that's, but from using this product, that's one thing that I've learned too, is that if you're trading without a strategy, it's not trading, it's gambling. And I want to interject here, because this is a good point to say this. By signing up with this platform, especially if you use my referral code, I will be earning a commission on this. I do work with him on the administrative team, like doing the beta testing and feature requests, that kind of stuff. So I do have, this is something that I'm working with as well. So I want to be completely clear about that. I don't want anyone to think there's any conflict of interest here. Like, this is a product that, even if I was not on the team, and even if I was not getting a 5% commission for any of my referrals, I would still promote this product anyways, because it is something that I have already seen an improvement by using myself. So I just want to interject here and say that real quick as well. But let's take a look at some of this, because this is actually really cool. So this trading calendar, okay? So you can take a look at your trades, and let's just go here, this one, for example. This was a Solana long. I got stopped out. Okay, let's take a look at this. So we'll view details of the trade. These are my notes. This is the trade actually I just showed you guys just a minute ago. So check this out. If I click on replay, this will go through and this will look at the history of this trade. Boom. So I got in my long there and I got stopped out there. And it will replay the trade history for you so you can see what exactly happened on the chart as that trade took place. And it's really cool looking at this now, because, if I would have waited, all this coiling, all this, we had a touch of resistance there. Whenever this breaks through, actually, I was pretty close. My price was not bad. Bouncing off of this here. But if I would have waited, I could have waited and got in even at the same price much later here on this retest. Man, interesting. But it's pretty cool being able to go through and see that as time passes on. But anyways, let's go ahead and move on. So one thing that I would recommend, especially if you're new to trading, if you're trying to learn it a little bit more before actually risking too much money, I would definitely recommend going through the coursework. So if you go to Dojiversity and this Doji course, this is it's going to be 8 modules total. Right now there's only 5 updated or uploaded, but there's going to be 8 of them total. And so I guess for a little bit of reference, I'm in module 4 now. I'm down at volume concepts, so like 4.2.3. I've probably spent 10 hours or so on this coursework. So this is not something you're just going to blow through in a day. It's something that you really wouldn't want to anyways. You kind of want to sit and soak some of this stuff in. Make sure that you're actually paying attention to it and understanding what's going on, because, if you just fly through it and things don't stick, it's not doing you any good either. So we'll take a look at some of this material. You can see some of the interest stuff, how the markets work, essential hardware and software that you're going to use for trading. Take a look at some basics, a lot of this stuff. And let's go ahead and take a look at one of these lessons just so you can kind of see what it looks like. So there's different sections in each lesson. You can go through and read all these things. I really like this candlesticks one because a lot of good information here. But I really like this page here. So you can see, and I'll show you what another cool feature about this too, but this page here, you can see 64 different candlestick patterns. Okay, so you can go through each of these different patterns and kind of see what they look like. Neutral, bullish. You can see, a description of what it is or what it looks like, what that means, and some context when it comes to trading. So these are some nice things to have knowledge about, so that whenever you're looking at setting up trades, you can see like, okay, well, it's a bullish setup, but let's wait for a bullish candle too, so we can really get some verification on the trades. And this is all stuff that you'll learn within this course too. But let's take a look at this bookmark page. So whenever you find something you like for me, I like this here. You can click up here and bookmark it. Whenever you go to your notebook, you will see a list of all the things that you've bookmarked. So for me, the candlestick patterns is down here. You can see several things that I've bookmarked throughout the courses, because there's a lot of good information in here. And again, I'm not biased just because I work with this product. It's something that I like to go find this knowledge elsewhere, especially somewhere it's so laid out like this. It's very difficult to do on your own. It's difficult to understand what's good knowledge, what's bad knowledge. But working through some of this material here, I think it's a lot more clear. And so you can save these different things to come back to if you find specific things that you like. Very good with the notepad. The simulator suite. Let's take a look at that too. So as you're going through and you want to test yourself on certain things, let's do support and resistance. We'll keep it here, and I'm gonna go Solana. So whenever you go to do these things, these simulators, what's cool about this is it goes through historical price data, and it runs a little simulation of the chart, and then the AI will ask you a question based on what happens on the chart, which is really sweet. So let's go ahead and try one of these. Okay. Giving current market context for SOL USDT, resistance at 140. Yep, that's pretty close, 140.8. Right there, bang. And so you can kind of test your knowledge that you're getting throughout this course material, and broader. Even if you don't do the courses, if you know about trading already, you just want to test yourself. This is a good way to do that. You're not seeing the same simulation each time. You get to test yourself on actual price knowledge or price action, which is pretty cool. So that ties in together really well with the coursework as well. This mindset mastery, this is more stuff you'll get into within the coursework, but there's sections in here for like breath work, meditation, your daily routine, certain things that you really should be tuning into as a trader. Another big thing too is going to be starting here in the beginning of January's weekly sessions. Those will take place over on Discord. Of course, if you want to check it out more after this, you get some more information by joining the Discord or whatever else. But let's get into DJ, because this is like some of the bread and butter of what is the value offer here. So let's take a look at this. And like I said before, like you can use your journal. So like if you have a series of trades you want to analyze, or if you want to take a look at a specific strategy you're using, you can use your journal here. Select what trade you want to get into specifically. So like if I want to look at my stock signal strategy and get questions or get feedback based on that, I could use that. But I'm actually going to do something a little bit different this time. I'm going to go with the live. And I took a screenshot here just a minute ago of the Bitcoin chart. And then I'm going to go ahead and ask you. So I'm thinking about placing a long trade, and we'll take a look at the Bitcoin chart. That's what it looks like here. So I said I'm thinking about placing a long trade with my stop loss at the November 22nd low of 84,700. What do you think about this trade? Okay, boom, neutral setup. We're currently in a downtrend. Yeah, I get that. I'm banking on key support. Right there. So here's a trade plan. Boom. Long on a bounce with bullish confirmation. We'll target 9,200. Okay. I had my stop loss right. That's good. That's what they would recommend for a stop loss. There we go. Check this out. Pretty cool. So you can kind of you can use this not only to analyze your past trades, but you can use it for live analysis on trades that you're looking to get into at the time too, which is pretty awesome. You can just take a screenshot of your chart, whatever you're looking at. You can draw whatever stuff you want to draw in here too. But hey, there we go. There's your analysis. So it's pretty cool. So I mean, honestly, whenever it comes to an all-around trading aid, I mean, it doesn't really get much better than this. And again, full disclosure, and I'll put it in the description as well. I do work with this project closely. I am on the administrative team. Coaching hours are even available to purchase with me when it comes to crypto and DeFi related things through the platform. So that being said, I'm not just a neutral bystander here. I am somebody that uses this platform myself. I'm someone that works with them. So I want to put that in full disclosure to begin with. But again, like some of the features that are offered here, to see some competitor pricing for some of this stuff, it's outlandish compared to what is available here. So if you are someone that's looking to take your trading a little bit more seriously, to get a little bit better understanding of how trading works or how to be more profitable, or heck, even just to refine some of your own strategies, to increase your profitability even more than you already are, this is a great product for you. And I certainly recommend at least checking it out. There's currently an ongoing 7-day free trial. No credit card necessary, none of that stuff. And again, like I said before, I do get paid a 5% commission for anyone that I would refer here. So I just want to be completely transparent about that as well. But yeah, it's definitely worth checking out if this is something that, if trading is something that you would like to take seriously. So that being said, have a good rest of your evening, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.